Hello, this is Opinion Radar. Another winter's rolling in, and like a lot of folks my age, I've been looking for a smarter, safer way to keep the chill at bay without heating the whole house. That's why I turned my attention to Heat Storm HS-1500-PHX-WIFI, a wall-mounted infrared heater that promises not just warmth, but convenience and efficiency, all for around $105. Now, I'm not one to chase gadgets just because they got Wi-Fi, but this one seemed to strike a balance between old-school reliability and modern ease. It's designed to mount safely out of the way, runs quietly, and claims to deliver consistent heat where you need it most. As someone who values a warm chair, a good book, and peace of mind, I wanted to see if this heater truly delivers on its promises, or if it's just another trendy box that doesn't earn its spot on the wall. Now, I've been through my share of heaters over the years. You name it, I've probably tried it. From those old clunky oil-filled radiators that take forever to warm up, to the tower fans that blow more dust than heat. So when I came across the Heat Storm HS-1500-PHX-WIFI, I'll admit I was skeptical. But let me tell you, this little wall-mounted infrared heater has been a real game changer for me. It's not just about the heat, though the output is solid, don't get me wrong, but how it holds and distributes it. It warms a room quickly, and once it hits the temperature you set, it maintains it like it's got a mind of its own. I've got mine in my den, a medium-sized room where I like to read and unwind, and it's cozy in there now, even when the wind's howling outside. It doesn't cycle on and off like some heaters I've had. It just hums along quietly, keeping things steady, almost like a trusty old furnace, but without the noise or the drafty vents. Installation? Simpler than you'd think. I'm no electrician, and I was able to mount it in under 10 minutes. The unit comes with everything you need: screws, a bracket, even a built-in level, so you don't have to fumble around with one of those bubble things. It's sleek, too. Doesn't look like some industrial appliance on the wall. More like a modern thermostat or something you'd see in a high-end home. I mounted mine a little above chest height, and it blends right in. I appreciate that, especially since I live alone and still like my house to look tidy. It doesn't take up floor space, which is a blessing, and forget about tripping over cords or worrying about the grandkids knocking it over. That alone was worth the upgrade from my old tower heater. Now the Wi-Fi feature? I'll be honest, I was tempted by that more than I'd care to admit. At my age, convenience is next to godliness. And being able to turn this thing on from bed, or even from the porch before I go inside. That's not just handy, that's luxurious. My son helped me download the Smart Life app, and once we got it synced, mind you, it took a couple tries, and the app can be finicky on older iPhones. It's been smooth sailing. I set it to come on at 6:30 every morning, and by the time I shuffle downstairs in my slippers, the room's nice and toasty. You can control the temperature, schedule heat times, even set it to turn off automatically. It's not perfect. I've heard some folks complain the app crashes or doesn't update, and there's truth to that. But for me, once it was working, it stayed working. And truth be told, even without the Wi-Fi, the heater itself is so well built and effective that I'd still recommend it. One thing I've learned in my 70-odd years, no heater is magic. You can't expect a 1,500-watt unit to heat a whole drafty barn, and that's not what this is for. But used the right way, say in a basement room, a garage, a sunroom, or even a drafty old bathroom, it shines. I use mine in my basement workshop, a space with poor insulation and concrete walls. At first, I was expecting too much. Try and get it to 72 degrees all winter. Nah, that wasn't happening. But once I accepted a more reasonable 64 or 65, close the door tight, and use it only when I was down there, it performed just fine. The infrared technology heats objects, not just air, so you feel warm faster, and it doesn't disappear the second you open a door. That's a real plus when you're popping in and out. And it's quiet, like a soft fan on low. You don't even notice it's running until you realize you've taken your sweater off. Now, a couple of caveats. The built-in thermostat is accurate, but it does take patience. It won't blast heat like a furnace, and you can't expect instant results when it's sub-zero outside. I learned that the hard way last winter. If the room's bone cold, give it time. Also, the heater's rated for 150 square feet, and it sticks to that. Try to stretch it, and you'll be disappointed. But within its range, it's energy efficient, well constructed, and safe. Plenty of overheat protection, and the surface stays warm, not scalding. I've got on my wall, and my cat sometimes leans into it like it's a sunbeam, and I don't worry about burns or fire risk, which says a lot. At around $100, I'd say it's worth every penny. I was paying more to run space heaters that didn't have the job and made my electric bill spike. This one runs efficiently, warms the spot I need, and shuts off when it's done. Over 5 years, that adds up. I've had mine nearly 3 years now, and it's going strong. I unplug in the summer, plug it back in when the chill hits, and so far, no issues. It's not flashy, but it's dependable, the kind of appliance you don't think about because it just works. And for an old timer like me who values reliability over bells and whistles, that's exactly what I need. Well, if you're tired of chilly rooms and chasing warmth like a phantom, give the Heat Storm a shot. It's warmed my den and my disposition. If this review helped you find some comfort, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep the warmth spreading one sensible heater and one sensible viewer at a time.